You have been such an amazing crowd. Thank you so much once again for being here and supporting us. Priscilla Fernandez put so much work into this show. So much work. So give it up for Priscilla. Oh, did you know she hand painted all of these bones? And then she got humorous bone. Isn't that amazing? I fucking love it. Is that what it's called? Tuberous? Hubers? Why did I say tuberous? Where did that come from? All right, I love you. I do want to say before we bring up the headliner, please stick around because after the headliner, we have Kitty Catatonic. And you do not want to miss that at all. It's amazing. All right, your headliner is a comedian by night and a death doula by day. She is nominated for Best Comedian 2023 and produces Lady Haha comedy shows and open mics right here at Hogo. Her sense of humor is just like her heart. Dark, sensitive, and filled with holes. Give it up for Priscilla Fernandez!
Oh my God, hi! Hi, no, sit down, please, sit. God, you guys are too much. Give it up for Antoine, our DJ Impeccable. Hell yes. Oh my God, it's so good to be here, you guys. I am a comedian, but I'm also a death doula. Yeah, a clap. Okay, we've got another one in the audience here. You wanna just, hi, yeah. So most people are like, what the fuck is that? Death doula, also known as a death midwife, or my favorite, death coach. It's so much more easier, that's good language. It's so much easier than being a life coach. Do we have any life coaches here tonight? One? Wait, clap. Are you a life coach? Clap. All right, trust me, you want to be a death coach. You know why? Because life coaches have to work way too hard. Death coaches, we have one goal. You know, just one goal. You guys look so good. Hi. I cannot wait to share everything with you. So yes, I'm a death doula. So what that is I am a non-medical, okay? Non-medical certified, any Yahoo could do this. And what we do is we comfort the dying. That's what a death doula does. We comfort the dying, we decrease their anxiety, we offer resources, we do funerals for you, you wanna be friends with a death doula, trust me, because we have got it going on. You know what I mean? And I'm very humble too, so. But yeah, so that's what a death doula is. And I also offer grief stuff. And so yeah, I highly recommend being a death coach. You, right there. But anyway, so people always ask me, like, what is it like being a comedian and working in death work? And I always say, so easy. Like, humor is a huge part of dying. Did you know that? Like, it goes hand in hand. I'm gonna give you a crazy example. You ready for this? So I had this patient, this man, he was dying, and his whole family was in the room, right? And they were fighting. And here I am sitting here trying to hold space. Don't you hate that term? Holding space. Just trying to be mature. And everyone's just fighting, and the tension was so fucking thick. And then out of nowhere, we hear the room explodes with laughter because Dad just farted. And without missing a beat, I go, hey, look, Dad just left his legacy. That's great. He's always producing content. That's great. He should be a deathfluencer. I just made that up. No, it's probably a real thing, huh? Deathfluencer? Yeah? Okay. But So what I've learned is that the top 3 reasons why people are deathly afraid of death. Man, I keep repeating. Do you notice how much I repeat the same word? Good, there's gonna be a quiz after. But the top 3 reasons why people are afraid of death. Number 1, you're gonna suffer, right? You're gonna be in pain at dying, right? That's the most popular one. Everyone wants to die in their sleep, right? That's like the way to go. And then the second reason is because there's a fear of the unknown. You don't know what's gonna happen after you die, right? So that's freaky. And then the third one is leaving the people you're taking care of behind. That's really depressing. But for me, my fear comes from somebody finding my internet search history. Just a lot of just queefing sex, just queefs. I'm trying to bring back queefs. Trying to bring them back. Let's embrace the queef. Anyone else here a fan of queefs? The guys are like, yeah. So yeah, and I'm also afraid that they're gonna find like my full DVD collection of Saved by the Bell, including graduation edition. So that's just me. So yeah, people ask me like, what prepared you for death? And I'll tell you, I am a preacher's daughter. Does that make sense now? That's how you make a comedian, by the way. But I grew up in the church, a preacher's daughter, right? And so all I saw was dead bodies when I was little, you know, like I went to more funerals than weddings and baptisms. So I was used to it. But what really prepared me for death was comedy. Let me explain. Okay. Okay, so when a stand-up comedian is doing really bad on stage, what do we say? You're bombing. Now, comedy is really fucking dark and violent. Let me show you. When you're doing bad on stage, you're bombing. You're dying up here, right? Yeah, you're choking. Yeah, so doing bad on, so you're gagging, like you're roasting, like it's bad, it's not good. But when you're doing good, you'd think it would be positive. No, I'm killing it. I'm fucking murdering on this stage right now. I fucking roasted this audience, man. I fucking annihilated, decimated. Slay. You took it right out of bad. You're so bad. But the other ones are like gallows humor, deadpan, opener and a closer. Don't tell me that's not about a casket lid. Don't tell me. Opener and closer. Okay, that was a stretch. I was raised by a mom who was obsessed with death. Anyone here have like a super morbid mom? Clap if you have like a mom who's like obsessed. She used, like my mom still uses death as like manipulation to get us to change, you know? She's Mexican. You better go to church, okay? Because if you're not saved, then I might as well die right now. But, Mom, I'm just a child. Just a child. But she used to pop quiz me on her funeral details. Oh yeah, she was fucking twisted. We'd be driving, I'm like 7. Priscilla, where do I want to be buried? Under a willow tree. Very good, very good. Mm-hmm. And what do I want in my casket? You want it filled to the top with Beanie Babies and McDonald's toys. Very good, mijita. You're so good. Okay, suck in your stomach. Okay. And what do I want playing at my funeral? Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, Lord, I want to be in the number. Hey, yay, my mom's dead. No, she's not. So here's the twisted part. like even more twisted than that. My mom was obsessed with getting flowers. Nobody ever fucking bought her flowers. She would beg my dad, I need flowers, get it for my birthday, Christmas, anniversary, Mother's Day, Flag Day, I don't care, get me flowers. And one day on her birthday, yet again, Dad didn't get her flowers. And Mommy, something broke loose up here, because she just went, her head spun, and she was like, Priscilla, ven aquí, come here. Go get your father's camera, go get it. Go get it, let's go. Okay, so I grabbed my dad's camera. All right, get in the car, we're gonna go to the car. Okay, where are we going? I'll tell you in a minute. We get to a cemetery. And she goes, I'm gonna show your father how much I want flowers. Okay, mijita, you're gonna pick out the prettiest flowers in the cemetery. Okay, so let's find a pretty one, okay? That one right there. Okay, go stand on the grave in front of the flowers. Okay, what do you want me to do now? All right, I need you to pose sexy. Mom, I'm 7. Like, what is that? Okay. Try this. Pose sexy for Jesus. Oh, that. Okay, let me. So I brought, just in case you don't believe me, I brought pictures. I did. You can see them after the show. I mean, I'm just gonna hold them up. Fuck it. Now you know I do comedy. So of course I'm supposed to be in death work, of course. All I know is how to make people laugh and also comfort them when they're dying. You know what they call that? A huge codependent. Get yourself a codependent friend. Just, we make the best friends. Like, we will put the oxygen mask on you before we put it on ourselves. Like, you want to fly with us for sure. But modern science, modern medicine, modern science is keeping people alive much longer than they should be. I'm gonna explain. My father is 83 years old, okay? He recently had a quadruple bypass. Now what that means is he has an 83-year-old heart and 18-year-old arteries. Brand new arteries. You can still smell the car scent. New car, new artery smell. So putting new veins, new arteries inside an 83-year-old man's body is like putting a Ferrari engine in a Model T Ford. You know? Ferrari up to 1,000 horsepower. Can anyone guess the horsepower of a Model T Ford? 20. So you put that engine in, oh, it's gonna run, but the wooden wheels are gonna fall off. It's all rusty anyway. It's always lost. People have to tow it everywhere. The windshield, there's like a white haze. Cataract joke? No? Okay, fine. And it's racist. Okay. But you guys have heard the term death positivity, right? You know, if you clap if you know what this is, death positivity. Okay, a few of you. Hi, sir, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay, good.
Oh, you're the show.
Well, you are right now, actually.
I just want to thank the DJ.
Anyway, okay, that great timing. So death positivity. Can you? Is it too distracting? Are we good? We're good. Oh, the devil's here. Actually, this is the hell realm, so we're already in hell. You know that, right? And if you disagree with me, you're not paying attention. You are living a privileged life. Fuck you. But I mean that in the most sexy Jesus way, okay? So death positivity, basically all that means, I am death positive, and that means I am pro educating yourself on death. I'm pro talking about it. I'm pro researching it. I'm pro planning your own funeral. I am pro making art. So that's what being death positive means, and that's why this show was created, because of the death positivity. But I just forgot what I was going to say. Death positivity. Oh well. But you know, I am a woman without kids. I have no kids. I don't have family that like loves me or anything like really care about me. No, I'm probably gonna die alone. Which is what brought me to death doula stuff. I was like, oh cool, I can have a death doula and not die alone. But I definitely didn't. Okay, so I've planned my funeral. I'll just say it. I've planned my funeral. Now, there's something called the Arizona End of Life Options. When Mary came up here, she probably didn't tell you that Arizona End of Life Options is like a lobbying group trying to get a law passed in Arizona so that people can die with medical assistance. Assisted suicide, basically, death with dignity. But what it does is, like, if you're chronically ill or you just can't go on anymore, you should be able to die when you want to die. So, yeah. So anyway, so I am a big fan of, assisted suicide, and I'm also a fan of planning your funeral, planning all that stuff. So I've planned my funeral, and I just want my body to be dumped in the middle of a desert, and I want the buzzards to eat me and just really enjoy my cholesterol-ridden body, and my aunt just filled with antidepressants. When they're done eating, they're gonna be like, God, I feel hopeful. Hey, it's nice, I feel great. But let's say, I'm gonna say the word suicide, okay? Like, I know I said it before, but I wanna talk about it because I think it's normal to think of suicide. It's totally normal, and people are like ashamed of it. I'm like, no, like especially if you're a depressive. If you're a fucking depressive, you think about it every day, sometimes all day, right? So I'm totally fine with it. So I would like to die on my own terms, so you could call that suicide, whatever, because I have chronic pain, I have depression, and a lot of people have diseases and they just don't want to live anymore, so I decided to do that. So my psychiatrist hates me though, because every time I fill out the form, have you thought about suicide? I'm like, yes. She's like, okay, Priscilla, seriously though, but have you really thought about it? Yeah, I have. Yeah, but have you planned it? Yes, I have. Do you want to hear about it? She's like, no, I don't take your insurance anymore. But what I have noticed is that the makeup they use on corpses is amazing now. I remember back in the day when I was little, my grandpa was dead, and I'd look in the coffin, and there he was. They have to sew the lips shut. So he's like, and then rosy cheeks, like a straight man doing drag for the first time, just like bad makeup, bad hairpiece, like it was just all a mess. Now, you look in the coffins and those makeup artists are incredible because they have TikTok and they have YouTube and they can cut and they can do all this great. This woman had contouring. She was contoured, she had fake lashes, she had a beautiful wig, and like they even outdrew her lips like Kylie Jenner. I was like, damn, can I be next? Because I need help here. I need help. So I feel like now that we have influence, I could just see funerals of the future now. It's like, sponsored by MAC Cosmetics, Malibu Rum, and Spanx. Why are the dead wearing Spanx? Okay, I'm wearing them right now, and I hate myself right now. I smell like death. But I would be remiss if I didn't talk about religion, okay? Because religion is, so much fun to talk about. All of my Christian and clap if you're Catholic or Christian. Okay. The rest of you are embarrassed to say it, aren't you? You think you're Christian? Okay. So all of my Christian and Catholic friends are like so afraid of death, right? They're terrified of death. Yet they walk around every day with a cross around their neck. That's a symbol of death. It is a torture device or a kink. You know Jesus likes it. Second coming. These are terrible low-hanging fruit. I'm so sorry. I just had to go there. So yeah, they're terrified of it, right? And yet they wear this torture device. And when I talk to them, I'm like, why are you wearing? It's like you're constantly being reminded of his death. And they're like, no, he resurrected. And I was like, then why aren't you wearing a tomb around your neck? Like an empty tomb. Could you imagine like Flavor Flav, like Jesus, yeah, he resurrected, yeah. Resurrected. It's like Flavor Flav, but like deathy death. I don't know. Resurrection. But yeah, the tomb. Could you imagine? Okay, so Jesus is a Jew. We all agree? Yes? Great. Or black Jesus, or girl Jesus, whatever, okay? But according to some people, he's a Jew. And his mom, Mary, is a Jewish mother. So you know, when she heard that Jesus resurrected, she was like, what? Do you know how much money I spent on the Shiva? The catering is so fucking crazy. Like, how dare you? I paid for all of your funeral and I can't afford it. And Jesus is like, sorry, Mom. All this for a magic trick. My son, my stupid son. Why can't you be more like your father and disappear? And lastly, I want to talk about heaven, because it's the one thing everybody fucking wants to be. Like, let me try that again. It's the place everyone wants to be. It's the place that you are promised when you go to church or temple or whatever. That's the whole fucking point of religion, is so that you can fucking go to heaven. Do you realize that? Yeah. So as a preacher's daughter, I was constantly told, like, heaven is like Disneyland for little kids, right? It's like a Disneyland. Priscilla, there's gonna be so much ice cream. Priscilla, there's gonna be so much validation and attention. Priscilla, there's gonna be just toys and rides and all this stuff. And I'm just like, that sounds amazing. Can I go? My parents are like, why? Why can't, like, what? How can I go? And they're like, well, you have to be perfect. You gotta be perfect. You gotta be perfect. You gotta obey your mother and father. You gotta obey us. Okay, I already do that. Okay, you have to die, basically, to go to heaven. I'm like, let me get this straight. Jesus died so we could live, and I have to die to go to heaven. Sounds like death is the answer to all my problems, right? I mean, by that logic, you know? So, anyway, I smoke way too much weed, you guys, and I keep forgetting what I'm gonna say. You ever been there? You ever been performing comedy and you just like forget your okay. But yeah, heaven, promising a kid, like telling a kid that they have to wait for heaven, they have to die to go to heaven, is like telling an adult you have to die to have an orgasm. Right? But then I found out that the French people define orgasm as a small death, a tiny death. It's called petite mort. Yeah. Have you heard of this? That's how it's translated. So they get it. Like, they understand that we have to die to come, right? That would explain why every single time I'm having sex and I come and I yell out God's name, it's because I'm there with him. All right, that's my time, you guys. been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure.
Wow. I love you. Give it up. I came up here for a reason. You're looking at me. What is this crazy Mo doing now? Quick announcement. Come on up here, Luxury. Oh, you didn't have to come to the stip. Sure. Come to the stip. Just like a comedian.
Okay, the person that I gave raffle tickets to, I didn't give it to anybody but one person. Are you still here? Oh my God, did you? Girl, I couldn't remember. Okay, never mind.
She's also a hilarious comedian, by the way. Give it up for Luxury. Am I on the court? Oh my God, I'm on the court. There's some prep right now for what you're gonna see, by the way. It is gonna be incredible.
It's gonna be so good.
But wasn't she incredible? Come on, one more time! I don't know about you, but I masturbate to validation. All right. So whoever has the pictures, please bring them up to the stage. I had them passing around. Your next performer, what? Oh, raffle. After. I knew that. I was so professional. I'm like, what? Raffle after. No one's yelling to me. I know all this. All right. Your final performer is Tucson's only angle grinding burlesque artist. A featured performer with Tucson Libertine League. Hope I said that right. Cool. Known as Tucson's